All right, we're buttoning up this bad boy. There's a little container of water, and I think it was Snow Crusher that told me to neutralize all the battery acid, to use some baking soda and water and just keep rinsing it. It seemed to take care of it. Thank you. Very good advice. I heed all the advice that I get from the YouTube garage. What I'm doing now is I'm essentially working my way back to you, babe. No, I have the shifter cable in. I have to adjust that on the bracket below. It's got a little bit of tension on it in the park. I'm probably gonna, there's a little window of adjustment on the B&M shifter. So I gotta adjust that. That's hooked up. The brakes, like I said, they're all bled and bred. Got them all set. I'm working on the e-brake now. Can't keep bothering people for welders, so what I'm gonna do is, what I've already started, I'm gonna try to crawl under there and show you. I actually have the whole parking brake assembly bolted in, and I drove myself nuts for a couple of hours at least looking for a nut. I thought I had it, but it wasn't. I guess I was wrong. It's the actual nut that bolts the e-brake cable to the bracket that goes down below this floor. It's essentially, it's kind of like a support bracket, and it's got the slot keyway here for, as you can see, one side is kind of planed, and that locks it in and doesn't allow it to twist. But the nut that holds this to that bracket, I thought I had it. And as you can see, it's a straight thread. It's a running thread. It's not a tapered thread. So in my infinite wisdom, I went through my collection of castle nuts from all the jobs, all the ball joints, all the tie rod ends that I've been doing throughout my course of working on vehicles. And these are a running thread also. They don't taper. The actual shaft on the ball joint does, but not the thread. It's a straight thread, running thread. So what I did was I took a castle nut, and it was the right one, and I cut the little rooks off the top of it, planed it all down, and we have a retaining nut now that I can actually use. So you don't have to go out and order one or buy one. I don't think they can even carry these at your local parts stores. I think it's almost something you got to get on Eckler's or Classic. So we got that done. Like I said, the actual parking brake assembly is in place, bolted in. It was a bug of getting the two bolts that go through the firewall. I have to get underneath the vacuum booster, the canister, and there's not much room there for a big hairy forearm. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna adjust this. We're gonna get this set in place. Stop putting in some of the bracketry here for the dashboard, and then we're going to stretch out all my wiring and start working on that. I mean, I still have tape from painting I gotta pull down from the radio grill. So we're that far along. I'll show you on the next clip what I'm talking about, this going through the floor of the car. You see how I did it? I kind of put a self-tapping screw up from below. I gotta pull it down because the hole that I made, I don't know if you can see it. Am I picking it up? I'm upside down in the car. You see it's not quite centered, so I have to elongate this hole through the floor in order to get that to work, which is cool. I can do it. So next clip, I'll be under the car laying down, huffing and puffing, and then hopefully this e-brake cable will be in place. And yeah, if you don't have things at your disposal, sometimes you gotta fab them, make them up, think outside of the box. So, you know, old castle nuts, running thread. Food for thought. Right, Bubba? You never talk to me, you're always quiet. Always get that shit-eating grin on your face, though. Alright, I got the e-brake hooked up, and I have the shifter cable that was tightened up. I took the slack out of it. So that seems to be alright. I'm not liking the way it kind of rides up on the cutout here for the in the hump. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take a pair of adjustable wrench and just kind of pull the steel up a little bit so it almost rides on it like a chute. But it's shifting nice now. I'm sorry about the shaky cam. There's low 1, low 2, drive, neutral, reverse, park. So that all seems to be in order. I haven't depressed this cable yet. I'm scared to, because it was a pain in the ass to get it in. I have to put the retaining clip that holds that tight right there. I got it, just got to put it in. So also when the rug comes in, is I don't know if that's gonna go under the rug or over the rug. I don't even know how it is in Bertha. We'll have to see. And we'll just depress it. Oof. See how I get in this thing? Oh my god, I'm getting too old for this. Brakes are nice. There's a little bit of slop here. I have to build it up. Justin was with me breathing in the brakes and he was kind of uncomfortable in this position. But I think that's just, actually, it's not bad. Alright, so let's see. Oh, that's tight. That's tight as hell. You can actually hear the brakes in the back. Alright. I think it has to be worked. I gotta get the handle for this somehow. But that seems to be working. What we'll do is climb out of this car. Sorry about the shaky cam. Okay. Sail panel is going to get destroyed if I leave that there. Oh my god, I'm going to lose weight working on this car. It sucks when you're by yourself. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, so that's it. E-brake is finally hooked up. Let's put this in neutral. Put this in park. That's hooked up. I'm not putting the coffin in because I got to put the rug in, and I got to do all this fiddly bits and the seats and all that crap. I'm still having an issue with the seats. I actually cut the tracks off of this one. I got to do the same thing off of that one, and then I have to pull the track. I have to move the seat back, which would make the track come forward. Yeah, the seat has to go back on the track. So the way this is set up, I don't know, the way I got it set up with the plates here, I'll have to either weld in something here. I gotta do something because it's not working. Justin still has his seats, the actual factory seats, that will fit that no problem, but then I have to go get them upholstered and I'll be bothering my sister again. I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna try to make this work first. If all else fails, then I'll have to do that. That's the least of my worries right now. I could sit on a milk crate and drive it around. I'm going to screw from the bottom and hold that armrest in. I actually got, this thing sucks. Has anybody ever bought one of these? What's the guy's name? Yeah, yo, whoa, wait, buy my ShamWow. That's what I paid for it. So I'm going to use this as a backing for felt, so I can put on the bottom of that because I got staples and it's going to claw it all up. So I'll do that. I'll hot glue this to that. And what was his name? I forget his name. Lenny? Lester? No, might have been Lenny. You buy my ShamWow, I'm not choke you to death. So yeah, we're all set there. We'll go underneath the car, take a look at how it looks. We've got the accelerator pedal in. I did that, hooked up all the linkage. So as far as mechanical wise, I think this car is drivable, but I'm not gonna just drive it just yet. I gotta make sure I got a seat, and we'll take care of that. So let's take a little crawl under here. About my 80th time I've been under here. Okay, we got the swivel bracket here that me and Joey made because I couldn't find it. So we made one out of round bar stock. I should have did a video on that. We used heat and a pin, a couple of pins, and it actually came out really good. It worked good. I used the template from Bertha, and I made 2 of those. This one is a lot heavier gauge than the Humidijits, than the stock one. All right. Then here was the tranny mount that I had to cut off and flip it around to get it to work on this tailored transmission. I'm not digging the way the yoke is so far back. I'm really kind of worried about that, so we're gonna see. This drive shaft was the drive shaft that came with the car. I have another drive shaft, and it's a little bit longer, and I got that as a backup plan, so it's a contingency plan. Okay, brackets in and tight. I haven't taken the pan off yet. I bought this transmission off of Joe, and out of the old 65 truck. So he said it was a rebuilt tranny. We'll see. When it drives and it's moving, then I will drop the pan, put a new filter in, and probably paint the cover. And we have the e-brake that goes back to its little housing there. I don't like the way they rub on the bottom of the body though. That's the way I guess GM used to do it, but I don't like it. And then here's the screw. And I was supposed to weld that bracket in and I never did, and that's why I put a screw in it. But now it's got a castle nut and a lock washer and a big flat washer on the other side, so it's sandwiched between the floor. And I think it'll be alright. I think we'll do good. And that's it. So Aaron, this is the bottom of my car. Aaron works at me. He's got a really nice, I don't even know what year it is. It's a freaking pickup truck he's working on for his son. He should do videos too, but he won't. But that's it. So we're no longer going to be lying under this thing for too much longer. I think we're all done with all the big stuff. Now it's just piecing together the wiring, which is in itself a daunting task. It's not easy. You have to be patient. You have to have a lot of wire ties and patience. So that's going to go in next, right in that hole. The new cob's in. I had it running the other day. Yes, I do have a header leak that's just persistent. I don't know what I'm probably going to triple up gaskets. I'm going to buy the crushed glass, the copper crushed gaskets. It's right there. It's right on that cylinder. It's always popping. Do the vacuum lines, reroute this, reroute that. I got my aluminum catch can in, my radiator. I really like this. Mounted nice. I really like that. I like that look. Then when you're going to clean it all up, get it down, start it up, pull it out of the garage, do a burnout, blow the motor, drag it back in the garage and start all over again. So this is Mark from the second gen. To all my brothers out there, be well, be safe, do the right thing, and you just keep some of us that are no longer with us on our memory. And rest in peace, brother. Sad to hear. Okay, and that's that. This is this update. Next update will be me actually doing some wiring. We'll start right from the get-go. I'll start pulling out the video camera and pause and play, and we'll get a couple of videos done on it. I'll try to do it as neat as I possibly can, but I'm a plumber, not a freaking electrician. Alright guys, peace!